What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be just talking briefly about the new Lake Country 4000 system. So if you're not familiar with what this is, it is a pad cleaning on-the-go type system. Anybody that does polishing on the cars and wants to have to keep their job going as long as possible, keep their pads refreshed as long as possible, because a clean pad does a lot more cutting and a lot finer correcting, a lot more fine polishing without the defects, the hazing, and losing its actually cutting and finishing ability on these pads. They want the situation like this. So I've been using like a Tornador or air compressor and stuff like that, or I've just been making sure you have a crazy abundance of pads, which I think down the line, if you're any serious about polishing, you're going to have a whole drawer or more, tons more if you're like a business, not just somebody like me in a garage, but you're going to have a lot of pads. So I just did a couple passes. I'm doing a video now, which may or may not get posted, but I figured I would try this out. I'm messing around with the Tahoe, just going to see if I can make a little dent on the hood, figuratively of course, not to actually make a dent, but I'm trying to mess around with some stuff and mess around with some polish, mess around with some pads combinations and see what works here. But I did make a couple passes with this pad, and I figured, you know what, let me just quickly go here. So the whole idea behind this is you put 1.6 gallons of water. You have a piece here that when you push down, it's going to suck water up from the bottom of this bucket. It's a whole package. I think it's $149.99 it comes in. You might catch it on a sale. So as you're pushing this down, it's pushing this clean water in that you mix with their Snappy Clean Boost pad cleaning powder, which I'm going to obviously have to get more of that. And then the other thing is it's got a reservoir. This is a dirty water reservoir. So it's going to have a seal on the bottom, which is down here, which stops the clean water that's underneath this from getting into this reservoir or any of the dirty water to get back into the clean water. So you're keeping it fresh for longer. So now what's going to end up happening here is as the pad gets clean, it's going to throw all that gunk and junk down into this bin. It's going to collect it. So this needs to stay locked. And when you're done, you're just going to take this whole system out and you're going to empty that trap and still have clean water at the bottom. So basically, now that we have 1.6 gallons in there, I'm going to just take the whole container of Snappy Boost pad, whatever, cleaning solution, and I'm going to give that a twirly twirl with my finger, probably, because I don't want to stick anything dirty in there. It's definitely slick. Whatever the hell is in that, for sure slick. You can take your second bucket, line up the holes. Hold on. Now I'm getting annoyed here. So this fell out twice now. This is supposed to be a this is turning into a definitely a different kind of video. At the bottom down here, there's a little washer grommet that goes in here, and it's supposed to poke through, and obviously, you know, you want it to stay there. That's going to be right here how it stops this other water from coming through. So I guess instead of every time I was connecting this bucket with that bucket, alright, so what I'm gonna suggest is when you're connecting the buckets, don't just jam it in there, and also make sure that this seal is there. So now we're okay. What I also like about this system is it's got this lip here, this ridge, so that while this thing's spinning to clean it, it's not going to be throwing water everywhere. So we're going to clean the pad. It doesn't really say what speed setting, but supposedly as we push down, once it's primed, oh, there we go. So once we prime it, and we know we're gonna basically be able to, we're getting, you know, water up. So as we do this, you know, it's already gonna start moistening. So we're gonna be pumping down while we turn it on. So let's see what we could do. Put it on 3. Alright, so a couple things I just learned. A few things I just learned as my camera's covered in snappy jizz. Go slower speed. The higher speed you're going to want when you're levitating here, and just to blow out the pad a little bit, because obviously the pad is now wet, but the pad is clean. Jisms everywhere. So here's it's a risk that I'm going to take here, but I guess, like I said, you leave it on 1. You're pumping the water. Is it still? Yeah, it's still coming out. Give it a pump. So I am moving it around so I can get every little piece. It's clean now, so what I'm going to do is just put this on and speed it up and see if I can spew out some residual water. Don't ever leave an expensive camera next to that. God damn, I gotta wipe my camera down. But it's clean. No big deal. It's just a Sony RX100. Big deal. I gotta tell you, this feels obviously a little more moist than this, but this feels incredible. I'm so excited right now. I'm so excited. I actually bought another polishing thing where you put it at the bottom of the bucket and you just jam it on home. But, you know, wasn't exactly ideal. I think at this point you can use it for even this, you know, you just, you know, you can just go through and give it a quick rub by hand. If you have like a hand polishing thing, you're obviously not going to be able to do the drying thing, but, you know, I use this to apply a power lock, and already I don't feel like it's as slick as it was on there. So I would focus on the little nipply area, and you know, then you're just gonna dry this out as you normally would. Clean towel, something like that. Even these types, you know, obviously I have the small buffer, but it's all tucked away. But let's just see what this does. I think this is the best solution, you know, especially if you're on the go you know, if you're a mobile detailer, obviously don't, you know, just listen to me, jisms. You're not gonna want to do this without the machine. That's where it's gonna be ideal. Whoa, hey baby. But I think that this is just as good. This is just as good, in my opinion. And you're just gonna flatten this down. That's clean. That is a clean pad. Same thing with these. You know, obviously I'm gonna flatten them down and they're gonna air dry. And this is why you do have excess pads, but the pads had a lot of polish in them, and you know, obviously my bad for letting them sit, but I think this is kind of cool. And the fact that you've got a dirt collector means whatever you put in there as far as the 1.6 gallons stays clean. Now you can use it without that dirt collector, and you just put, I think they say 4 to 5 gallons of water plus the pouch, so it would still work. I don't see why you would do that, because you're just wasting, I guess, alright, I guess if you're high volume, you might need the extra water, so maybe then, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. Again, I'm a prosumer. I am not a professional, but what I can say is with the pad on the machine, it just cleaned it. This is very close to dry. I would be able to keep using this pad, is what I'm saying. So this is gonna totally increase the longevity of your polishing ability, your time, and the amount of pads you're able to use. So say you once needed 8 pads, you might need 4 to 6. I don't want to go too crazy, because obviously, you know, you still want to focus on having fresh, 100% fresh pads. This isn't a fix-all forever. You might still want to use a machine wash or something down the line, or screw the machine wash. You might want to just wash it like this and, you know, leave them out to completely fully dry, and then now your pads are staying fresh and you're getting your bang for your buck. Pads don't last forever. Nothing lasts forever, not even humans, but what's cool about this machine is this helps keep your detailing session alive, well, and more oomphy. Lessons I'm learning, that lip doesn't really help, but this thing works really, really good on a wool pad. My yellow foam wool pad, really, really, really good job. I'm very happy that I have this. I'm gonna have to order more of this powder, because as I get into polishing, this is an incredible thing to own. Oh boy. So I figured I couldn't not show you the collection bucket. I polished the whole hood on my vehicle. That'll be a whole different video, and came out pretty cool for 20 years old. But anyway, this looks and feels great. This is a killer product, super worth it. So I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna show you what's in that collection bucket, and we're gonna go from there. So you're gonna lift this. Okay. So I'm gonna tilt this a little bit so it doesn't completely leak out a little bit. I mean, it feels like it's gonna. Anyway. But let me show you the milky white. It looks like yeah, oh, okay, stop. Stop it, please stop. Oh God, stop it, please. That's all like the residue that would have went back into your solution, your clean solution. So I'm gonna give this a wipe off, put this back on. But as I said, this trap bucket keeps your water looking clean. So that's the solution in there, and you don't want this mixed in there. So now we know we still got fresh water coming in to our pad. Like, that's incredible. Super, super good product. I'll try to leave a link down below. I think you should go check it out. That's it. That's it. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, You know the drill. Thank you so much for your loyalty and, as always, your support. I truly appreciate it. Look at this. Yeah, might as well just put more on the floor. I'll see you guys on the next one.